Hello, I'm Danielle. I've popped on to do a reading and I am going to use the Soul Contract card deck. Okay. I've pre-shuffled, I've cleansed the energy, protections all put in for myself and for you, the collective. So I've already pulled the cards. I've pulled 5. Okay, so we're just gonna get into it. We have Beyond Boundaries, Serenity Within, Secrets of Time, trust the timing and trust the universe. Okay, so we're going to go in with trust the universe. So this one says trust the universe. Trust in the universe's design. Everything is unfolding, at the perfect moment. Faith, surrender, and divine plan. So this is just saying that, trust the universe, don't stress yourself, don't worry, everything's working as it should be. Have faith and basically surrender to the universe's timing and surrender to the divine. Everything's unfolding at the perfect moment, so that means basically that you're exactly where you should be at this moment in time. Okay, you might relate to the compass. You might relate to the flow of life, the crescent moon. You might like planetary alignments. You could be into book reading. You might even be into the Akashic records. You might be a person that can telepathically connect, but not use telepathy with just like a friend in another area or another part of your house or your home, but you might be able to use your telepathy with other people from across the world, so like in different countries. You might be into crystals, you might be a crystal collector. So this is just basically saying that everything is working the way it should be. The divine's plan is in motion. Let it unfold and unveil itself when it's ready to. Okay, don't sit there stressing and worrying, overthinking, thinking, oh, things are not going right, this is not happening, that's not happening, because everything has timing. This 3D reality is bound by time. Okay. Then we have beyond boundaries. So break free from limitations and embrace the limitless potential of your soul. Expand beyond boundaries and step into your true power. So this is basically saying you have unlimited potential. Spiritually, you have unlimited potential. A lot of potential to expand and have spiritual liberation. So breaking free from limitations are, you might sit there and think like, well, I've tapped into this gift and I've tapped into this gift, I've tapped into this gift. So you've tapped into 3 different gifts, and then you're limiting yourself, you're capping yourself to just those 3 gifts. Whereas when it talks about limitless potential, that means no, You're not capped, sorry, at just 3 gifts. Your talents, your gifts, sorry, can be limitless. It's just about expanding your belief around that. So loosen your boundaries with your thought process about your gifts and what you're tapping into. It doesn't have to be the case of just having 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay, we know that there's many gifts that can be tapped into. You might be dreaming of doorways and wanting to go through the doorways, but as you approach the doorway, it vanishes. Okay, that is because of your own limitation, your own limiting beliefs on your gifts, basically. You could be astral traveling. You might do it intentionally, you might do it unintentionally during sleep. And it's calling for you to expand yourself beyond the boundaries that you've put and placed on yourself, because when you remove those and you have a bit more belief in yourself and in the spiritual realm, the potential for elevated gifts, you can tap into more. But you have to remove the limitations, you have to remove the block that you've put above yourself. Okay, so you might resonate with the colour electric blue. You might resonate with a stopwatch. You could have dreams where, or astral travels, astral travel experiences, sorry, where you can see, sorry, I'm just trying to balance the card. I'm not at my desk, it's too small to use. So you might have astral travel experiences, or you might have this in dreams, where you see one-dimensional, one realm, yeah, and it's like, you know how they say the veil thins, okay? You might see that physically in your dream or your astral travel, where the veil thins, or it's like a portal opens and you can literally go inside of it and go into a different dimension or into a different realm. Okay, you can maybe timeline jump in your dreams, so you might have seen different realities of your life. They say that we have multiple realities at one time. So you might have dreamt of, well, timeline jumped into multiple different versions of yourself and seen each version. Okay, that is a massive possibility. And again, that's talking about you have these abilities, but you put limitations on yourself, so you don't think or feel that you have those, but you do. And maybe you need to do a bit more meditation and try and just remove them blocks and them limiting beliefs from yourself to tap into them. Yeah, and then you'll get your spiritual liberation. You might like the stars. You might resonate with You might resonate with Pleiadians. Trust the timing. So, time is the universe's ally. Trust its flow and everything will fall into place. Patience, divine rhythm, perfect timing. So again, this is tying in with the first card about divine timing. Everything's in place, just trust the process. Surrenders to the divine. It's the same kind of message but in a different deliverance. Again, we've got you know, those, I don't even know what they're called, sand timers, where you've got sand in the bottom and then it's like a weird shape. You turn it upside down and the sand runs down. It's like a couple of minute timer. That's popping up on 2 cards. So you could have one of those. I've got one. Again, you might resonate with stopwatches. And again, it's coming up that you can connect with multiple people telepathically. You might be able to connect. You might be able to connect to the energy of past lives, so past incarnations of yourself. Again, the colour blue's coming. You might see blue orbs when you meditate. You might see red orbs. You might be from multiple. You might have had past lives as different beings from different planets, different species, so to speak. Again, Pleiadians. You're quite a high vibrational person. Your frequency is quite loud. The type of person where you walk into a room and everyone just turns and looks for no reason, with no provoking, like you're not provoking that reaction, like it's not like you're walking in there with no clothes on and you're not walking in there looking a mess or anything like that. So you're not physically doing anything to turn people's heads, but when you walk into a room you do turn people's heads and people stare at you. That's your frequency, that's your vibration, your high vibration. It's loud. Again, it's calling for you to have patience and trust the divine timing, the divine rhythm. Perfect timing is at play. So when you least expect something to happen, it happens. There's like a wheel cycle here, so this is telling me that you've done this cycle before. Maybe in a past life as a human, you did tap into these gifts, all of these gifts, and in this lifetime you're having remembrance or resonance with the same gifts. You could have even potentially, in a dream or in an astral travel, went to a time, well, an incarnation where you was maybe a prophet or a healer, or could have been a spiritual guru. There's a big, there's orbs on all the cards, but there's a big push on orbs. and planets on these cards. You might be part of a star system, like not so much a star system in like that sense, but like you might have a star family, and you might pick up on frequencies of them star energies, them star family energies being around, but not in a human form, not in so not looking like me and you, and not a physical being in this reality, but you pick up on the energy consciously of them being around. Maybe these beings, you might have seen them during meditation, or they might have approached you in a vision through your third eye during that dream or that meditation, or it could have even been an astral travel. I want you to stand tall in your spiritual path. Stand tall, be proud. So there's multiple ways you could go, multiple directions, but the only direction that's made for you is up. So you could go down, you could go left, you could go right, but it's written for you to go up. So rise up, elevate up. Do you know what I mean? Then we have Secrets of Time. Again, strong flare of life. Secrets of Time. This is not your enemy, but your ally. Everything unfolds at the perfect moment. Divine timing. Cyclical rhythm. Patience and trust. So again, that's clarifying the messages from the first couple of cards, that divine timing is at play here. So just because you want something right now, or you feel you should have had something previously in the past, it doesn't work like that. So when it comes to strengthening the gifts you already have or gaining new gifts, it has to come at the right time. So when the work's done, and with you having limited beliefs and maybe doubting or second guessing yourself, that would mean that it's not the right time. Okay, because we have to align physically and mentally with our life, I was going to say life path, but it's not life path. You've got to align mentally and physically with the gifts that was set out for you to receive in this lifetime. Okay, so say for instance I wanted to be a clown, right, in a circus, but I worked in a farm. How likely is it that I'm going to align with the circus life when I'm working on a farm? Does that make sense? So yeah, time is not your enemy. So it's calling for you to not to rush things and want things before you're ready to have those things. Make sure that all the work's done before them things can come in. And from looking at these cards, all your work is limitations, and maybe a bit of rushing as well, because it's heavy on time. Rushing, limiting beliefs, So once you remove, because they might seem slightly small and irrelevant to you or to me even, but to the divine, they're not small inconveniences or small little things, they're actual blocks. So like a limiting belief can block things from coming through. Imagine you go to the bank and you want to withdraw some money, yeah, but you've got no money in there. That's a block. Or your account's been frozen, for instance. That's another block. Things show up as blocks in life, just as they do. I do feel that you're being guided. You might be expanding your third eye and crown chakra. You might feel it here for the crown, and you'll feel it here for the third eye. Sometimes it can show up as pulses, but not painful. Again, everything shows up at the perfect moment. So everything is set in motion. Everything is going to plan. It's just that you need to remove the limiting beliefs and the rushiness of wanting to just get it over and done with. And then I would also say as well, I would definitely meditate and remove the limitations, because that will help massively. The worst thing we can do is not think that we're capable or limit ourselves to 3, 4, 5 things in life when we could actually have 100. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Then we've got serenity within. Find security within yourself. It is the unshakable foundation for facing life's challenges. Peace, calm, and inner stability. So, and I'm getting Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. You might resonate heavily with the moon. You might find yourself staring up at the moon sometimes, just not really asking things or thinking things, but just staring, like soaking in the beauty, you know, just being grateful for what your eyes are seeing in that present moment, and it brings a lot of peace to yourself. Your mood might change around the moon cycles, moon phases, but not in a way that makes you like nasty and negative, because you know sometimes some people can get nasty and negative and say, oh, it's the moon, you know, we're not going to do that. We're not going to blame the moon for people being horrid, but it might just change your mood. You might just notice, oh, I don't feel as happy today, or you know, I feel a bit extra tired today, or you might wake up and think, oh, I don't want to go to work today. That could be due to moon phases, moon cycles, whatever. There is balance coming in, and you're gonna meet some new people that think the same way as yourself. So, little Bean, that's Bean, my kitten. Oh, my daughter's kitten actually. He's 4 months old. He's very cute, very confident, and very chaotic because he doesn't like rules. He does his own thing and he can't be told. But anyway, moving on. You might meet some new people and they are, well, you're all going to think not the same, but you're going to share interests when it comes to your spiritual lives, okay? You're gonna meet like or maybe step into like a community where you're welcomed into that community and you do share the same mindset on things. Like, so for instance, imagine you, what's the worst case scenario I could think of on this topic? So imagine you walk into a pub and you start talking about aliens or, you know, Pleiadians or the Greys, or can you imagine the looks that you're gonna get? But when you meet this community, these people, you're all gonna have the same beliefs. Is what I'm getting at, and you're gonna be accepted. You're not gonna get looked at sideways. People are not gonna say like, oh, you know, a bit crazy, or am I? So you're not gonna be met with any of that. So your whole life starts to balance out when you release the limitations and you come into this community. This community might even help you release these limitations by confirming or just having that. I'm not going to say common belief, because it's not a common belief, but when you meet someone who kind of believes in the same things that you do, it's a massive relief. You know, you feel like you can be more yourself. You don't have to like hide your beliefs. You don't have to hide who you are. You can just stand in your power, stand in your beliefs. And when you're in a space, a safe space, that you can do that, you blossom a lot quicker than you would with around people that don't accept that those things exist, because a lot of people don't accept that those things exist. But I'm guessing that you do. I do. So by meeting this community, you're going to find a lot of peace, a lot of calm, and a lot of inner stability. Your life is going to feel a lot more balanced. Your crown chakra is going to expand more. It's going to open more. You might really like pictures of like the galaxy. You might like shooting stars. I'm getting that your star family that you feel the presence of consciously, they're on like a cycle to keep on contacting you until contact's made and until you become aware of that contact. Because you know, sometimes they can be like tapping you, like, hey, hello, look, I'm here, and you're not seeing it, or you're not getting the messages, but you just sense the presence, if that makes sense. If you see blue orbs, and I don't mean swishes of blue smoke, not that. I mean blue orbs in your meditation. For you personally, that is your star family trying to connect consciously. And by me saying consciously, you might see them here. When you close your eyes and you're at peace and it's nice and calm, you might start seeing blue orbs in your third eye vision. Anyway, that was a really nice little read. Anyway, I'm going to do some angel number cards. So, right, these are angel number cards. I just saw 3141. Okay. So we have 1212, duality. Within you are shadows of dark and beams of light. The divine is reminding you to embrace the duality that is your individual spark. The spark is being ignited and is ready to illuminate the path ahead. There's an affirmation you could use, and the affirmation is, I fully embrace who I am and allow change where it is needed. I trust the duality within me. So if you see 1212, that'll be a confirmation that this reading's for you. If you see 3141, that will be a confirmation that this reading's for you. One, two, three, vision. Your path will not look identical to anyone else's. That is what makes you unique. Remember that as you stay the path that feels connected, the path will continue to lead you to alignment. Let your vision be as different as you are. The affirmation for this one is, the path is mine and mine alone. When I follow my path, alignment comes naturally. Okay, so if you see 1, 2, 3, that'll be confirmation that this reading's for you. See 33, so 33 as well. You might not, you might have a blocked throat chakra. And to unblock your throat chakra, in my experience, you've just got to speak your mind more, but keep it polite. Well, not keep it polite, but speak your truth, speak your mind, have boundaries, stick up for yourself. Don't let people talk down to you. Don't let people gaslight you. Don't let people tell you what you believe in is nonsense. So that's how you're going to clear out your throat chakra, okay? You can also use light energy work. So when you go into a meditation, you do all your necessary work first, like protection. Because remember, a lot of people don't use protection for meditation, but when you go into a meditative state, you're in that state of tranquil peace, okay, which heightens your vibrations, which opens you up, okay? So protection is important for meditation. So yeah, when you go into your meditation, you can use lights. You would use the light, you would send it through the top of the crown. You would visualize it going through your head, passing past your third eye. You'd feel it explode, like kind of like the light explode in your head. Then you take it down to your throat. Okay. Then you would get that light to work on your throat. I think it's around here. Okay. Visualize the light coming down in from the crown chakra as a beam, but then when it gets to where you need it to do the work, you start imagining that beam splits into orbs, and then it like attacks the throat chakra, and any blockage that you've got there should clear it out. And it might take 1 or 2 times, maybe a couple of more depending how blocked it is, but it will work. Okay. You might have some lower tummy pains. You can also do the light healing work for that as well, also during your meditation. Visualization in meditation is such a powerful thing. People underrate it so much. We have 1919, so 1919. Bean's playing up. He's found a hair clip on the table, so he decided to knock it off and whack it around the floor. So if you can hear any noises, that's what's going on. Right, 1919, transformation. Angel whispers. It is asked that you take notice that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. Within this realization, you will feel your sense of purpose and your connections to new beginnings. Affirmation: I release what I no longer need to carry, and I open myself to the transformative energy of the divine. So again, it's calling you to trust the divine, open yourself up to the divine. So yeah, 1919 will be another confirmation. I'm going to do one more. So Bean is now attacking my books on the bookshelf. Let's go to the bottom. 13, 13, 1, 3, 1, 3. And we've got 3 on the timer. Right, we've got clarity. Naughty little bean sprout. Right. 13, 13, clarity. As the storm passes, the clarity is felt faster than lightning is seen against a dark sky. The divine is reminding you that clarity is readily available. All you have to do is ask. You have weathered the storm, and now the sky is clearing. Affirmation: loving energy surrounds me, and I trust that the clarity I feel is the answer I need. Sorry, I was a bit slow on reading them, because if you can see that the words are so small and the cards are quite tiny. I've only done 3. I thought I'd done more than that. Let's do another one then. Let's do another cheeky little one. really like these cards. They're very pretty. Zero, zero, zero. Guidance. You have full support of the divine. The guidance you are seeking is here, and your life is moving in the right direction. This is the start of a new beginning, where one cycle ends and a new begins. Affirmation. I trust in the magic of new beginnings. I feel the support and guidance that is all around me. So again, 00 will be a confirmation that this reading's for you. Oh, I've mixed all my cards up, never mind. Next I'm going to do just a couple from the Mystical Dream deck. Just because it came out a lot about you dreaming and astral travelling and stuff, so let's have a little sneak peek and see what we get. I hate shuffling big cards. These cards are too big for my hands, so I kind of struggle with shuffling them. Right, first one. Oh yes, of course. We had this one yesterday. I'd done a reading yesterday in this. No, not yesterday, the day before. And this same card, same sequence because it came out first. The unicorn. So you're like a mythical creature, but not a creature, if that makes sense. The unicorn symbolises purity, divine grace, and the pursuit of higher ideals. Dreaming of a unicorn suggests a connection with your sacred, idealistic self. It represents your quest for beauty, truth, and spiritual aspirations. The unicorn encourages you to stay true to your highest visions despite the challenges of reality. So, this goes back to what we were talking about, you meeting people that will be more accepting of you in your full sense, in your power, sitting and respecting your beliefs because I have the same beliefs, okay? Also, talking of purity, you might, and it's still coming up with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you might be, you know the term light in the dark? In your world, you might be that light in the dark. You might have a very kind heart and a very loving nature. You could be the type of person where you think like, why can't everyone just get along and just be nice, you know? Sometimes you can maybe expect of others how you are morally and heart-centered. You sometimes think or assume that everybody else is the same. 44 in the timer, but not everyone is the same, so sometimes we have to not project the good sides of us onto others. Like the good sides of ourselves, we need to not project it onto others. And I said yesterday in the reading, no, the day before, humans have negative projections, so you can say, oh well, you this, you that, and that's a negative projection because you're only saying those nasty things to someone because it's how you feel about yourself. Okay. We also have positive projections as well. So you might start saying, oh, well, they're this and then they're really nice and they're really kind and da 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 da, because you're projecting your own light and your own love onto others, or you expect people to be like that. You assume people are like that because you're projecting your own light. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna get a new one. There's a lot of portals in your read. There's a portal on this one as well. So again, you might be able to step through portals in dream spaces or astral traveling. Might like crows, and you might have, you know, those not bar stools, but you know those high risen stools, and sometimes people have them in the kitchen, like a couple of stools by the kitchen counter. You might have a couple of stools, or you might know someone who's got high up stools in the kitchen area or dining area. I'm getting more kitchen. You might be a smoker. If you are, pack it in. You might get some pain around your hips, some tight, like stiff kind of sensation in your hips. You just need to do some stretches and that will go away. Flame. The flame symbolises both creation and destruction, representing transformation and cleansing. Dreaming of a flame indicates that an inner energy is awakening. Possibly a surge of passion. The flame may also represent a spiritual purification process, burning away unnecessary emotions or beliefs. Fire is not just about destruction, it also signifies new life, the possibility of rebirth from brokenness. So you might have been you might have been faced with a time where you was feeling quite, well, like the card said, broken, you know, but if you was broken hearted, or you are broken hearted, or it doesn't have to be broken hearted, it could just be broken in general. You know, it's not just love or loss that can break us, you know. Life in general can break us, just the ups, downs, ins and outs of it. But you know, you're coming for a rebirth. It's a very positive card. So is the first one. You're walking through the flames. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, which is really nice. You could have been on quite a destructive path in your past. And the possibility for a surge of passion could be, and I'm getting that it is this, but it could be a deeper passion for your spiritual path. It could be a passion for the people that you might meet in this community of the future. We've got the sun. So the sun symbolises life force and consciousness, bringing light and revelation. When the sun appears in your dreams, it marks the moment of awakening when hidden mysteries are about to be unveiled. Its warmth reminds you that your inner fire is ready to ignite, making now the best time to take action, showcase your strength and reveal your true self to the world. So this card, again, to me from the picture, is showing that you're going to meet new people from this community, or you might even build a community. So bring light and revelation. A revelation is like something being revealed to you. So, and when we was talking in the previous cards from the previous deck, it was talking about doing some work and removing some blockages to reveal additional gifts that you might not have tapped into yet. That could be the revelation that this card is talking about, because the sun illuminates, okay? So yeah, again, it's just saying now is the time to take action, okay? I wouldn't wait too long. I wouldn't wait too long to go into that meditation and try and remove the blocks wherever, and clear out your throat chakra, unblock your throat chakra, because the blocked throat chakra, it does more damage than you think, okay? Look it up if you're not already aware. You probably are already aware. You can go into the meditation and try the light healing method that I spoke about. That really does work. It really does work. And we've got shoes, okay? The long winding path. Shoes represent the path you're walking in life. Dreaming of shoes suggests progress in your personal journey, with the type of shoes indicating the direction and pace. Damaged shoes may signify fatigue and uncertainty about your path. The dream encourages you to align your choices with your true desires and goals, okay? So it's talking about if you have damaged shoes or worn shoes, that might leave uncertainty about the path, so stagnancy or confusion, or a lack of direction and a lack of pace, okay? So you wouldn't like if you had to walk somewhere and you knew it was going to take you 30 minutes with damaged shoes, it would take you a couple of hours to get there. You know what I mean? That's the kind of breakdown I can give you on that. But your path forward is very fruitful. It's full of growth. There's growth everywhere. So your potential for growth is massive. And again, removing the limitations, fixing your lifting your boundaries. Sorry, forgot where I was going then. Lifting your boundaries, lifting your limitations. You can follow the path forward. You'll be guided on that path forward. Okay. And it might not. This is a dream deck, so it's not every card that's pulled that you are dreaming of what the card pulled. It might literally mean that you need to get a new pair of shoes, you know, because imagine you've got a pair of shoes and you've had them for 10 years and you've worn them with socks or you've worn them without socks. Your feet sweat. Sweat carries bacteria, so that would cause them shoes to be a bit pongy. Yeah, and then if you've got 10-year-old shoes, they're definitely going to be worn. Okay, everything is energy, and the energy cannot be killed or erased. All it can do is be redirected and moved somewhere else. So if you do have old shoes, get rid of them, get some new ones, treat yourself, you know. Or you might literally have just dreamt of shoes. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. We're just on 56. There's a lot of duality in this reading. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it gave you some clarity. And yes, do those little things that the reading called you to do. Remove the limitations again. Assess your I'm going to say bondage, because you're literally bonding yourself to like one level, when if you remove that you could go higher. Sorry, I'm just going to have to move this light, it's doing my head in. You could go higher. So I would definitely meditate, definitely try and be in contact with these star family beings that you're seeing or not seeing. And I would definitely do the light work on your throat chakra, and then hopefully you will evolve spiritually. Okay? Take care. I love you lots. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Goodbye.